Cooper's Couch has landed in Cowra in New South Wales, and we're with local vet Paul Cusack. Paul, thanks very much for having us.
Not a problem.
Tell us a little bit about Australian livestock production services in this neck of the woods.
Well, we're based here at Cowra and work with intensive and extensive ruminant businesses in an arc running from central Queensland down to New South Wales, across through Victoria into South Australia.
What are the big health challenges for producers right at the moment?
Well, respiratory disease is always our recurring challenge, and the interesting thing with that is we're not seeing it just in feedlot conditions, and people used to previously think of it purely as a feedlot disease. We're also seeing it anywhere where we have intensive feeding systems like backgrounding, weaning, early weaning particularly. We can see a fair bit of it pop up. Issues with pinkeye, needless to say, with dry, dusty conditions, and also with a lot of cattle being weaned at lighter weights and perhaps not quite as immunologically robust as they ordinarily would be.
What sort of impact does pinkeye have?
There's both short-term and long-term effects. So when cattle are suffering from pinkeye, there's quite a lot of pain involved, and growth rate has decreased mainly because feed intake has decreased. But then we have the compounding cost of issues with market access if you end up with permanent scarring of those eyes. And in addition, during the short-term effect on the animal, there's also the costs of labour, drugs, yarding, all those extra costs kick in.
How do you tackle it?
Putting a program together, a preventative program, is always a hell of a lot better than trying to respond to an existing problem. So fly control, dust control, sprinklers are very useful in yards, and having holding yards for those young weaners that are not, that have good ground cover and not covered in dust, etc. And in addition, it's worth looking at using PillyGuard as part of that preventative management program.
What are the sort of results that you've found you experienced in using Cooper's PillyGuard?
It's a little variable, but in most cases we've had a substantial reduction in the problem year on year. And because there are other strains and other organisms that can be involved, it's never going to be 100% complete prevention, but it's certainly improved the incidence markedly in people that have used it as part of a complete program.
When's the best time to use this product?
Act early. So you need to get the initial vaccination done before the pink eye conditions kick in.
So it's obviously a cost-effective way to go, but I guess from an animal welfare point of view, it's also the humane thing to do, because you said the animals are in pain.
Very much so. I've no doubt that all producers who have had any experience with pink eye certainly appreciate how incredibly painful it must be for the animal. So that is an extremely important component of everything we do with our production systems, to ensure that we put measures in place to prevent diseases from occurring that are going to cause discomfort.
So you recommend it to your customers?
Certainly, yes.
Paul, thanks very much for having us here, and thank you for your insights. You can join us next time when the Cooper's Couch lands somewhere near you.